The Silent Witch episode 9 is just one of those episodes where I'm just really surprised. It's like with animes, it's all just for fun. It's all for fun and games, entertainment. You get to enjoy the drama. You know what I'm saying? You get to enjoy the experience. But here, episode 9 of The Silent Witch, I just felt a little bit of humanity returned back to my insanity. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's hard not to care about Miss Monica Everett here, with all her issues and all her problems revolving around her, especially since she's a very timid, fragile, anxious gal. You know what I'm saying? She's just this type of person where it's like you just want to care about her. You know what I'm saying? She's just one of those people. She's just such a kind person that anytime I see her cry, I'm actually genuinely starting to care. You know what I'm saying? I'm just genuinely starting to care. Because there's people out in this world where I do care about. But little by little, time after time, they don't listen to you. They really don't listen to you. And so, because they keep making mistakes due to the fact that they don't listen to you, I start to care less and less and less about them in terms of the consequences they have to face. But here, Miss Monica is just such a great person. She's just such a great example of what it means to be kind. And at the same time, probably the worst example of human communication because she has a lot of anxiety. So, little by little, I'm actually starting to care for Miss Everett. Miss Monica. What's her name? Monica Everett. So yeah, this was a very heartfelt and touching episode where I just am surprised, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I'm those type of people that I have to force myself to honestly care. Watch all my videos. That's just me spamming random emotions and feelings, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm just at the moment just saying random shit, how I feel randomly, feelings, you know what I'm saying? I really don't have feelings. I'm just speaking. I'm just saying random shit just for the, YOLO. But here, it's just so genuine. Her issues, her problems are so genuine. She really just wants the best for everyone. And I can feel that. I feel that because I want the best for you. I want the best for everyone. I want the best for my family. And so when Miss Monica legit just tries to be the middle ground. She tries to just mitigate everything, not create problems, not create issues, and solve all these problems and issues. It just sucks, but that's just reality. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just gotta accept that we can't control everything. Sometimes we gotta accept that the world is gonna give us trials and tribulations where there is no walking back. There is no solution. And you have to live with it. You have to create your own fucking answers. You have to create your own solutions. Because the world is not always going to have the answer for you. It isn't. Sometimes we're going to have to walk in the valley of the shadow of death. We're going to have to walk through those darkness, through the dark times. We're just going to have to put our head down and just run right through it. Run right through it and search for the light. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things in life where you just have to accept. When you're kids, I get it. You're a little kid. You have no control over your circumstances. You have no control over the abuse that the world will give you. You have no control of your destiny as a child. You really don't. I mean, maybe after age 14, 15, you might have some control. Maybe 16, 17, you might have some control to an extent. I know people who've started businesses and are millionaires by the time they're 16, 17, or they inherit shit and they utilize what they know and become free by the time they're 18. But that's just really rare. That's just extremely rare. And so for the rest of us, between the ages of, since our birth to 18, we have no control. We really don't. But as adults, after the age of 18, you gotta realize you gotta create your own fucking path. Sometimes that's just the road that we're gonna walk upon. Sometimes we gotta create our own path. Sometimes we gotta create our own solutions. Sometimes we're gonna be alone. Sometimes no one's gonna understand us. Sometimes the world is gonna beat us up, chew us up, spit us up. It's like that's just reality. That really is. And that's what Miss Everett has reminded me of is this humanity in me. It reminds me of myself when I just couldn't accept reality. And here she knows that she has hit the fan and that she's done everything she could and she could only cry herself to sleep. Sometimes that's all you got to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't cry anymore, but when I was younger, hell yeah, well, I was a teenager. But now that we're adults, we got to go through these trials and tribulations and we got to take them by the chin. We got to take them by the chin and get stronger. We got to get strong. We have no other choice. Honestly, like, it's just sad because a lot of people, we're not taught to be weak. You're not taught to be weak. You're not taught to be lazy. You're not taught to give up. We're not taught any of this. It's just that we were beat up in the world and we made the choice to learn how to give up. We made the choice to learn how to be weak. Because from it, we can get stronger. I decided to allow my past to not haunt me and to actually make me stronger. What could I learn from my past mistakes? What could I learn from my past temper? What can I learn from all my mistakes that I could apply today to make me stronger? I know what it means to be weak, and that's why I can sympathize. I know what it means to just be abused as a child, so I know what it takes to not allow it to haunt me. You know what I'm saying? So here we gotta learn these lessons, guys, because the world is not gonna stop. You know what they say, evil does not rest, so the good in us cannot stop. We cannot stop. So yeah, that's what this is what I have remembered is my humanity. And sometimes we got to put that on the side sometimes. We got to put our humanity on the sideline and just get shit done. You got to put your humanity behind you and get shit done. Sometimes it doesn't take emotions to just get on a better path. You just got to get it done. And then maybe you can, retrospect and be like, damn, that does suck. Damn, I did have it bad. But you know what? I went through it and I'm a survivor. And now I am stronger for it. Yeah, it sucks. There is no, bro, you can't always expect justice. You got to create your own fucking justice. And your own justice is actually making it life and actually being fucking happy and counting your blessings. That's all. Sometimes at the end of the fucking day, that's what it takes.